Hi guys, good day, it's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class, it's all about theoretical and experimental probability. So without further ado, let's do this topic. Now before we define theoretical and experimental probability, let's define first what is probability. Now the basic definition class of probability in one word, you can define that one as chances. Or we can define probability is a measure of how likely an event occur. Now remember this one class, when you solve for the probability and your answer is 0, means the event is impossible. Let's have an example class. Rolling a 7 on a standard 6-sided die. Now when you roll a die class, I have a die right here. Now when you roll this die, of course class, it is impossible that you can get 7. Question, why is that sir? Because the largest number class of a die, that would be 6, right? When you roll this die, you can have 3, you can have 5, you can have 4, you can have 2, you can have 1, you can have 6. It is impossible class that you will get 7. Therefore class, this event is impossible. The probability class, that would be equal to 0. Once again class, the probability, that would be equal to 0 because the possible outcomes when you roll this die, there would be 1, there would be 2, there would be 3, there would be 4, there would be 5, there would be 6, right? These are the possible outcomes. Of course, class, you can never get 7 when you roll this die. Because the possible outcomes, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So, the answer, class, is 0, means the event is impossible. Now, we also have an answer of 1, means the event is certain or sure. Let's have an example, class. Rolling a number less than 7 on a standard 6-sided die. Of course, class, the answer, class, is 1. Question, why is that, sir? Because when you roll this die, all of the numbers, class, are less than 7. Once again, you want to get a number less than 7 when you roll this die. Now, once again, when you roll this die, these are the possible outcomes, right? We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5, and then we have 6. Therefore, class, if we answer this one right here, rolling a number less than 7. Therefore, class, on the top part, you want to get a number less than 7. How many numbers less than 7? We have 6 numbers less than 7, right? We have 1, we have 2. These are numbers less than 7 on this die. Therefore, the answer on the top, that would be 6. Now, on the bottom part, total number of possible outcomes. The possible outcomes when you roll this die, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will be equal to 6. Therefore, 6 divided by 6, that would be equal to 1. But once again, class, do not be worried with this one, class. I will give you plenty of examples, class, with regards to probability, with regards to theoretical probability, and experimental probability for you to really understand this one, class. I will give you plenty of examples, class. Once again, class, if your answer is 1, means the event is certain or sure. 6 divided by 6, that would be equal to 1. Because all of the numbers with regards to the 6-sided die are all less than 7. That's why, class, the answer is 1. Now, any value in between represents the chance of the event is happening. Therefore, the decimal, class, 0 in between 0 and 1, in between 0 and 1, that would be all decimal numbers. So therefore, most of our answer, class, once again, class, most of our answer, mostly, class, our answer with regards to probability are all fractions, except for this one, class, 0 and then 1. But most of the time, class, our answer for the probability, it will be a fraction. Example, 1/2, 3 over 5, 6 over 7, 1 over 6, okay, 2 over 3. Most of the times, class, our answer with regards to probability are all fractions. Okay, once again, I hope it's clear for you, class, with regards to probability. Let's talk about theoretical probability. Now, theoretical probability is the expected chance of something happening. It is based on math, not on actual experiment. And the formula, that would be probability of event is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by the total number of possible outcomes. Let's have an example, class. Once again, class, later on, I will give you 5 examples with regards to theoretical probability. Example number 1, class. Tossing a coin. What is the probability of getting heads? Now, when you toss a coin, class, I have a coin right here. When you toss this coin, The possible outcomes, class, it could be tail or it could be head. It could be head or it could be tail. There's no other outcomes, class, when you toss a coin. When you toss this coin, the outcomes, class, it could be head or it could be tail. Therefore, the sample space, it could be head or it could be tail. Once again, class, when you toss the coin, you have this topic, class, during your grade 7 quarter 4 with regards to sample space and then possible outcomes. When you toss this coin, the possible outcomes, class, it could be head or it could be tail. Now, you want to get the probability of getting heads. Therefore, class, your answer, probability of event. Now, since you want to get heads, probability of getting heads is equal to, on the numerator, there will be number of favorable outcomes. The thing that you want to achieve, you want to get heads. Therefore, how many heads, class, with regards to your sample space? That's correct. We only have one head. Therefore, class, on the numerator, there will be 1. And then on the denominator, total number of possible outcomes. How many outcomes, class? That's correct. There will be 2, right? It could be head or it could be tail. 1 and then 2. That would be 2 for the denominator. Once again, class, on the top part, number of favorable outcomes. The thing that you want to achieve, you want to get heads. These are the possible outcomes. That's only head and then tail. We only have one head. That's why, class, our answer on the numerator, that would be equal to 1. And then on the denominator, total number of possible outcomes, we have 2 outcomes. It could be head or tail. That's why, class, on the denominator, our answer is 2. Therefore, class, the answer is 1/2. That's it, class. That's the answer with that one, class. Very easy, right? Now, if the teacher will ask you to make this one into decimal, because actually, class, no need to make this one into decimal because most of the answer, class, with regards to probability, fraction, class, is acceptable. Once again, class, when you get a fraction answer, that's okay, class. No need to change that one into decimal. But if the teacher will ask you to change this one into decimal, simply divide this one. 1 divided by 2, that would be equal to 0.5, right? And then you want to change this one into percent, simply move the decimal point left to right twice. 1 and then 2, and that would be equal to 50%. So add 0, so 1 and then 2, that would be equal to 50%. So 1/2 is equal to 0.5. In percent, that would be equal to 50%. But actually, class, once again, no need to change this one into decimal to change this one into percent. 1/2, class, is okay. Having a fraction, class, for the answer probability, that's okay, class. Most of the answer, class, with regards to probability, it will be a fraction. So 1/2, class, is okay. Now, let's talk about experimental probability. Experimental probability is the probability of an event happening based on actual results from an experiment or trial. And this will be our formula. We have probability of event is equal to the number of times event occurs all over total number of trials. Let's have an example, class, for you to understand this one. A coin is tossed 20 times. The results are, so we have this table for head, that would be 12 times appear. And then for tail, that would be 8 times appeared. So therefore, class, we can say that this will be an experiment. Example, class, first toss, it could be head. Let's have an example, class. The first toss, it could be head. Second toss, it could be head again. Third toss, it could be head again. Fourth toss, it could be tail. Fifth toss, it could be head. And these are the results, class. Head appears 12 times and then tail appears 8 times. Now, the question there, class, find the probability of getting heads. So therefore, your solution, probability of getting heads is equal to, once again, class, how many times the head appears in this table? That's correct. That would be 12 times, right? We have 12 heads. So that would be 12. And then on the bottom part, total number of trials. Once again, class, total number of trials, we have 20. We tossed this one 20 times. So therefore, the total number of trials, that would be equal to 20. So this will be 12 over 20. Now, question, class, can we reduce the fraction? Because in fraction, class, if you can reduce, you always reduce the fraction, class, to its lowest term. That's mandatory, class. If you can reduce the fraction, you always reduce the fraction, class, to its lowest term. Can we reduce this one? What would be the greatest common factor of 12 and 20? That's correct. That would be equal to 4, right? The GCF of 12 and 20, that would be equal to 4. We can divide this one by 4. We can divide this one by 4. So, probability of getting heads is equal to 12 divided by 4, that would be 3. 20 divided by 4, that would be equal to 5. So therefore, class, the answer, class, is 3/5. That's it, class. Alright, so let's have 5 examples with regards to theoretical probability for you to really understand this one. Then later on, class, we will have another plenty examples with regards to experimental probability. Alright, let's do that. Alright, so let's have 5 examples with regards to theoretical probability. Let's start with example number 1. Number 1, rolling a die, find the probability of landing 5. Alright, so once again, for number 1, when you roll a die, the sample space or the possible outcomes, it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5, it could be 6. Once again, class, the sample space or the set of all possible outcomes, it could be 1. These are the possible outcomes, class. When you roll the die, it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5, it could be 6, right? So these are the possible outcomes. Now you want to get the probability of landing 5. You want to get 5. Of course, class, there's only 1 5 with regards to this possible outcomes, right? We only have 1 5. Therefore, probability of getting 5, once again, class, probability of event, you want to get 5. So probability of getting 5 is equal to, once again, on the top, there will be number of favorable outcomes. The thing that you want to achieve, you want to get 5. How many 5, class, with regards to the sample space? We only have 1 5. Okay, there's only 1 5. Therefore, on the numerator, there will be 1. On the denominator, possible outcomes, you count the possible outcomes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 possible outcomes. Therefore, on the denominator, that would be equal to 6. And our answer, class, is 1/6. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 1. Very easy, right? So these are the possible outcomes. You want to get 5. How many 5s? That's only 1. And that would be on the numerator. On the denominator, set of possible outcomes, we have 6 possible outcomes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. 6 possible outcomes. On the denominator, that would be equal to 6. So therefore, the answer, that would be 1/6. Can we reduce? Nope, we cannot reduce. Alright, so the answer with regards to example number 1, probability of getting 5 is equal to 1/6. That's it, class. Very easy, right? Alright, so let's have example number 2, rolling a 6-sided die, getting an even number. Alright, let's do that. So once again, the sample space or the set of possible outcomes. Rolling a die, it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5, it could be 6. Alright, so probability of getting an even number, so you want to get an even number, is equal to, so how many even numbers, class? Once again, class, do you still remember, class, what is an even number? An even number, class, is a number divisible by 2. A number, class, can be divided by 2. The answer, class, is a whole number. Once again, an even number, a number can be divided by 2. Divisible by 2, class. Yep, what would be those even number, class? That's correct. That would be 2. 2 is an even number. 4 is an even number. We can divide 2 by 2. 2 divided by 2, that would be equal to 1. 4 divided by 2, that would be equal to 2. What else, class? That's correct. That would be 6. 6 divided by 2, that would be equal to 3. So therefore, class, 2, 4, and 6, those are even numbers. So how many even numbers, class? That's correct. We have 3 even numbers. Therefore, class, the answer on the numerator, that would be equal to 3. Once again, class, simply count the even numbers. You want to get an even number. We have 3 even numbers. So 1, 2 is an even number. 4 is an even number. 6 is an even number. We have 3 even numbers. So therefore, on the numerator, that would be 3. And then on the denominator, total possible outcomes, we have 6 possible outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the possible outcomes when you roll this die. So therefore, on the denominator, that would be equal to 6. Can we reduce this one, class? Once again, class, can we reduce? It is mandatory, class, that you always reduce the fraction if you can reduce. Can we reduce, class? Yup, we can reduce this one. We can divide this one by 3. Divide by 3. So 3 divided by 3, that would be equal to 1. 6 divided by 3, that would be equal to 2. Therefore, class, the answer with regards to example number 2, that would be equal to 1/2. So probability of getting even number is equal to 1/2. That's it, class. All set. Alright, so example number 3, drawing a king from a standard deck of 52 cards. So I hope, class, you already played with regards to cards or we already saw cards. So once again, for our cards, we have spade, right? We have spade. I apologize, class, for my drawing. We have spade, and then we have clubs, right? We have clubs. Alright, and then we have hearts, right? We have hearts and then diamonds. Okay, hearts and then diamonds. Now for cards, class, we don't have one. That would be ace, right? Ace, and then next will be two. So we have two, we have two. We have four twos, right? We have two for spade, two for clubs, and then two for hearts, and then two for diamonds. For A class, we don't have one. That would be ace, right? A, and then A. So we don't have. So that would be black ones. We have spade, A, and then we have ace, clubs, and then ace for hearts, and then ace for diamonds, and then for kings class. How many kings class? That's correct. We have four kings, right? Once again, class, we have four kings. That would be spade, king, and then we have a clubs of king, and then hearts, king, and then diamond. We have king diamond, we have king of hearts, and then king of spade, and then king of clubs, right? We have four kings. So therefore, to answer this one, alright, so this will be probability of getting king. So number of favorable outcomes, the thing that you want to achieve. So how many kings with regards to 52 cards? We have 4 kings. Once again, class, we have 4 kings with regards to 52 cards. So therefore, on the numerator, there will be 4. And then on the denominator, how many cards? Total number of cards? That's correct, there would be 52. Once again, class, I hope you're not confused. Class, sir, where did you get 4? We have 4 kings in a standard deck of 52 cards. That's why we have 4. We have king of hearts, we have king of diamond, king of spade, and then king of clubs. King of spade and then king of clubs. We have 4 kings. And then the total class number of cards, that would be 52. That's why class 52 on the bottom part. So total number of possible outcomes, that would be 52. Can we reduce? Yup, we can reduce this one by 4. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. So 4 divided by 4, that would be equal to 1. 52 divided by 4, that would be equal to 13. So therefore, class, the answer is 1 over 13. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 3. So probability of getting king is equal to 1 over 13. All set. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 4. Alright, so example number 4. Rolling a 6-sided die, getting a number greater than 2. Alright, let's do that. Alright, so once again, sample space with regards to rolling a die. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Alright, so you want to get a number greater than 2. So probability of event, you want to get a number greater than 2. So a number greater than 2. So a number greater than 2. Greater than 2. Alright, so this will be, so on the numerator, how many numbers class greater than 2? That's correct. We have 4. We have 3, right? 3 is greater than 2. 4 is greater than 2. 5 is greater than 2. 6 is greater than 2. So how many numbers class greater than 2? That's correct. We have 4 numbers greater than 2. So 4 on the numerator. Once again, class, on the numerator, class, the thing that you want to achieve, you want to get a number greater than 2. We have 4 numbers greater than 2. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. These numbers greater than 2. So we have 4 numbers. So 4 on the numerator, and then on the denominator, number of possible outcomes, we have 6 possible outcomes. Therefore, on the denominator, that would be equal to 6. Can we reduce? Yup, we can reduce this one by 2. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. So, probability of an event, a number greater than 2 is equal to the answer, class. What's the answer, class? That's correct. That would be 2 over 3. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 4. Alright, so how about you try this one, class, and then you put your answer in the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. So, example number 5, picking a red card from a standard deck of 52 cards. So you try this one, class, and then you put your answer on the comment section down below. Alright, so let's proceed now to experimental probability. I will give you plenty of examples for you to really understand this one, class. Alright, so let's proceed now to experimental probability. Alright, so let's proceed now to experimental probability. So once again, class, we will have another examples, another set of video with regards to experimental probability because our video class is quite long. So with regards to the second example class, I will just put the link on the description down below. Let's focus class in this given example. A spinner has 5 sectors which are colored red, blue, yellow, green, and white. The distribution of colors after spinning the spinner 30 times is as follows. Alright, so we have color red appear 4 times. For blue, that would be 7 times. Yellow, 5 times. Green, 8 times. And then for white, appear 6 times. Alright, so if you add this one, that would be 30. So 4 plus 7, that would be 11 plus 5, 16. Plus 8, 24, plus 6, that would be 30. Alright, so let's start with example number 1. So, probability of landing blue. So, once again, probability of landing blue is equal to, once again, because on the numerator, that would be the number of times event occur. So, the number of times event occur for blue, that would be 7 on the top. So, blue appears 7 times. And then on the bottom part, that would be the total number of trials. So, that would be 30. Alright, so once again, class, spinning the spinner 30 times. So therefore, the total number of trials, that would be 30. Can we reduce 7 over 30? Can we reduce, class, 7 over 30? Nope, we cannot reduce. Therefore, that's the answer, class, with regards to example number 1. 7 over 30. Alright, so example number 2, probability of landing green. Alright, so probability of landing green is equal to number of times the event occurs. So for green, it appears 8 times. So 8 over total number of trials, that would be 30. Can we reduce? Yup, we can reduce. By what number, class? That's correct. We can reduce this 1 by 2. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Once again, class, you always reduce the fraction to its lowest term. That's mandatory, class, for the fractions. Alright, so reduce. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 30 divided by 2, that would be 15. Can we reduce 4 over 15? Nope, we cannot reduce. That would be our final answer, class, with regards to example number 2. Alright, so number 3, probability of landing on red. Alright, so red. So we don't have enough space, class. Let me just write here. Number 3, probability of landing red is equal to number of times the event occurs. So for red, it appears 4 times. So 4 over the total number of trials, that would be 30. Can we reduce? Yup, we can divide this 1 by 2. Divide by 2. So therefore, the final answer for number 3, that would be 2 over 15. Okay, so once again, because the final answer with regards to number 3, probability of landing red is equal to 2 over 15. Alright, so number 4, probability of landing any color except white. So once again, except white. So therefore, probability of not getting white, so not white. Alright, so once again, class, probability of not getting white, you want to get any color except for white. So therefore, you want red, you want blue, you want yellow, and then green. So simply add this one, 4 plus 7. That would be, what's the answer, class? 11 plus 5, 16 plus 8, that would be 24. So once again, class, you want to get red, blue, yellow, or green, but you don't want white, except white, class. Once again, class, except white, therefore not white. So you want red, blue, yellow, and then green. So red appear 4 times, blue 7 times, yellow 5 times, green 8 times. So simply add this one, 4 plus 7 is 11 plus 5, that would be 16 plus 8, that would be 24. Total number of trials, that would be 30. Can we reduce? Yup, we can reduce. 24 over 30. We can divide this 1 by what number, class? That's correct. We can divide this 1 by 6, right? Once again, because we don't have enough space, class. Okay, so 24. Just erase this one. Once again, we don't have enough space. Let me just erase this part. So, probability of not getting white except white, so therefore not white, is equal to 24 over 30. We can reduce this 1 by 6. Divide by 6. Divide by 6. So 24 divided by 6, that would be 4. 30 divided by 6, that would be equal to 5. Therefore, the answer, class, with regards to example number 4, that would be equal to 4 over 5. Alright, so how about you try this one, class, and then you put your answer in the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. So for number 5, probability of landing any color except yellow. And then for number 6, probability of landing on red or green. So we have this word or. So how will you answer that one, class? Alright, so once again, class, I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.